Hey everybody, today is January 24th, 2017, and there is an aspect happening right now. It's building towards it. When I say aspect or transit, that means two planets in the sky interacting, but today we're talking about Venus, and we're talking about Chiron, which is actually a planetoid. It's considered in like an asteroid or a comet. Chiron was discovered in 1977, and since that time, things on the earth have changed. There's a book called Magi Astrology, MAGI, that I would really recommend for some good info on the discovery of Chiron. But basically, Chiron is in an orbit between Saturn and Uranus. That space between the outermost inner planet in Saturn and the innermost outer planet in Uranus is this vast space. It's much bigger than the space between other planets. So there is this void. It's like this vacuous space. And within our psyche, as we are kind of programmed by the solar system in which we live and the galaxy and the universe around us, but it's a little bit hard to study that based on the instrumentation and the information we have. But we are programmed by this space. So to have this comet kind of bringing together Saturn and Uranus to kind of tie those two things together creates a lot of vulnerability. It's really two very different things that in one way seek to make things better, but one does it in a very conventional way and more of a typical kind of father figure way, like a paternal, like Saturn is it's a personal trainer, and whereas Uranus is the revolutionary, is the person who comes in and starts fires just to see like what will be done about it. So today, Venus is conjuncting Chiron. Venus makes its way through the zodiac in not too long. It doesn't take a full year, moves a little bit faster than the sun. So this is a fairly common occurrence in that it happens once every, 3 times every couple of years, basically. But Venus rules, feelings of love and feelings of, like the divine feminine within you coming out, this very supportive and free-flowing. Think about the signs of Libra and Taurus. Things are beautiful, things are charming, but now it's meeting Chiron, which can have us confusing what's going on as somebody else being us or vice versa. I think this one specifically is occurring in the sign of Pisces. So what we're getting is this idea that like the feelings and maybe the heartbreak of others might come into our energy field. There's no boundary. Chiron doesn't necessarily have boundaries until you learn them. These are unexplored parts of ourself. So in a relationship, if you're in one and it's, say, on the rocks, if things are tough, this could be a challenging time tonight. It really is exact at about 12:30 a.m. on East Coast time, so it'll be later tonight on the West Coast, or you'll have to figure out your time zone if you're in a different part of the world. But really what I'd say to you is the growth that comes out of this is learning a new boundary for yourself. And any relationship that makes it through this, which they will, that sounded a little dramatic, when the relationship works through this, there will be a stronger bond. You might be a little rough around the edges. And remember, the moon is going to move into Capricorn later in the day. Capricorn can come off as a little bit like rough around the edges. It's really not. It's detached. It's observing. And there might be some expectation because Capricorn does really get things done. They're very productive. So finding productivity around a Chiron energy is not the way to go at it. Capricorn energy, to me, doesn't resonate with Chiron very well. It's more fitting in a Pisces or a Virgo setting, which has a little bit more softness, has a little bit more ability to assess and maybe be a little patient with the unfolding. So tomorrow morning, you probably feel a lot better. But tonight is a good time. If someone is around that's having a hard time, and you support them, you're going to be empathing. It's like the extra empath transit. So if you're feeling things and you don't know what they are, don't worry about them. They will pass. And if you want to learn from them, go for it. But as Venus conjuncts Chiron and the moon is in Capricorn, remember to watch your tone. Super important. And if someone tells you that you hurt their feelings, like, don't beat them up for it. We've all been there. Just because someone's super emotional or maybe too much to handle doesn't mean they've done anything wrong. That means you don't have the ability to be patient and accept them. That doesn't mean let someone use you, but be careful when we're judging people's emotions. They have the right to have them. And that is the Venus conjuncts Chiron transit occurring mostly January 24th, but also into January 25th. So if you're up late tonight, might be a good time to write some music, sing, go for a walk, or just do some writing. Take a bath for yourself. And, if you have any practice of cutting cords, whoever you worked with, Archangel Michael, or simply your own energy field of cutting cords to other people and bringing up your own emotional states. Very important day to do that. So try some practice like that. And much love as always, and I'll speak to you very soon.